Cool. Live saw it first, but grab your bonnets because this is about to get messy. And this is the story time about my trip to Spain. People have been telling me to record it, so cool. Now let's get into the story time. Cool. So flashback to May of 2024. Me and this girl, her name is Alana. We've been dating since 2023 December up until 2024. Now, when I said we actually had a pretty good relationship, I'm saying the relationship was actually going well. It was going sweet. It was going fine. It was going whatever. But then I started doing TikTok, and she said, because she hopped on a live a couple of days ago, innit? She said, oh yeah, the reason I broke up with you is because you were on TikTok oversharing. False. This girl just didn't like the fact I was on TikTok whatsoever. She really just didn't like it because I had other TikTok accounts where I was doing like depressing stuff and POVs, and she wasn't liking any of them. She wasn't liking a single one of them, innit? So cool, because she wasn't liking the TikTok, she used that as a reason to break up with me, because I posted on my other account, one of my first accounts, my debut post, I posted the story of Kayla and the 3 Man in One Night video. If you don't know, get to know. So cool, I remember after I posted that video, it went kind of semi-viral, like 5K in a couple hours. All of her friends saw it because I had them all added. Like, everybody she cared about saw it, and people were texting Alana saying, yo, is this really what you want your man to be doing? Is this really how you want your man to behave? Is this, that, the third? So then she started getting upset at me. Cool, I decided, you know what, I'm going to take the video down. I'm in love with this girl, so I'm like, you know what, fuck it. I'm completely head over heels for this girl, so let me take the video down. Let me sort myself out. Cool. She then decided, okay, I'll forgive you, because I went over to hers with flowers, a bouquet of chocolates. I went there 10 tones deep, trying to make sure that I made all peace with this girlfriend. She said she forgave me. Flash forward to a week later, maybe even 2. All of a sudden, I want to break up with you. Now, when she said I want to break up with you, the day she said that was the day of a trial shift. I had a new job, bruv. I was doing the little training thing. So she texted me just before I went to work. I get that text, I'm looking at it like, what's happening? Like, I'm trying to just rationalize, are we breaking up or what? She's not telling me nothing. She's not saying nothing. So I'm like, oh. Bro, when I told you I went to that training shift, I was about to doo-doo on my trousers, bro. Like, my entire body was going into overdrive, fam. Because it was like, I actually genuinely had feelings for this girl. I was trying to make sure this girl was at 24s, but, you know, is what it is. Come back from the training shift now. She calls me now. Alana's a nervous FaceTimer. So she, you know, when it gets to like situations where you actually have to be serious, she's a nervous laugher. So I remember I picked up the FaceTime and I saw her smiling at me, and I was like, okay, it's just a joke. She said, it's not a joke, I'm just nervous. Hangs up, calls me back again, and then proceeds to say, with the listed reasons why she wants to break up with me. She was saying list after list after list after reason after reason. I was like, bro, you couldn't have communicated this with me before. Like, you actually had all opportunities to say this before, but you waited until it all built up, and, you know. But cool, it's whatever. But the fact is, we are broken up in May 2024, but we still had a trip to Spain booked together that I had booked for both of us when we were dating. It was like a little Valentine's thing. We decided, yeah, let's go to Spain, let's start planning it, this, that, the third. It was me, Alana, and 4 of her friends, innit? So, bro, when I tell you, the week we broke up, she stopped communicating with me completely. It was just radio silence. So I'm thinking to myself, okay, let me still try to conversate with this girl. Let me still try to talk to this girl. Let me still try to, get my stuff together with this girl. It was not working. She was going to parties and that. She was going out to house parties and everything. I was removed off Life 360. I was removed off the Flow app. I was removed off of Airbuds. I was removed off of every single one of them cutesy couple apps. I was removed off of it, bro. And I remember I saw it when I actually deeped it. I remember I looked at it and I was like, oh, man, I'm gone, like, blocked on everything. Said no more. But she didn't block me on Snap because I still wanted to talk to her. I didn't have closure because there's no way you're just going to say that and then we're both going to move on with our lives. So I said, cool, like, when am I coming to see you to come, like, you know, link and we have our final breakup talk? She was postponing it until a week out from our holiday. So we went on a holiday on a Sunday. That was when we left. The week before, so the Sunday before, that's when I went to see her. And bro, when I tell you, I went to see her, I had a bouquet of flowers and I was going over to hers because I was like, yeah, let me get my babes back, bro. Let me get my girl back. Let's see what's happening. This girl tells me I'm not stepping outside if you're outside my yard. Okay. Leave the flowers at the door. Okay. Go to the park. Okay. And then I sat in the park for like an hour and a half waiting for this babes, bro. Like, I sat there for an hour and a half and I was literally just waiting and she was taking her time getting ready. And I was like, you know what? How crazy? Like, actually, how crazy, bro? Because what am I supposed to do? Because I've been trying to communicate with you and you're pushing me away, this, that, the third. And I was thinking she was just stressed out about other things, but nope. Get to the park now. She's now sitting next to me after I've waited an hour and a half. She now talks to me and says, I just can't look at you the same way. I just can't look at you or think about you the same way because of X, Y, Z, because of the TikTok, because of all of these other reasons. And I was like, bro, really? A lot of these other reasons, you really could have just communicated with me. Like, you really could have just told me, but you didn't want to tell me. So cool. It's whatever now. I remember I was going home that day and I was really thinking to myself, right, shit's like, I call up my cousin, I'm like, yo, Ski, man's chest is hurting. She's like, really, what happened? I explained to her what happened. She's like, I don't get why this girl's moving like this. And I'm like, bro, I don't get it either. I don't get why this girl's moving like this. It wasn't anything that deep. That was the worst part. But cool. So that Sunday, I remember asking her, can we at least still be friends? Like, is it that thing that I could still at least be friends? Because I didn't want the Spain trip to be so, like, you know, awkward and that. Because I'm still going. I put money down for this. Even though she had the audacity to say to me, you can come if you want. I can come if I want. I put money down for this. I am definitely coming. What are you talking about? So I had then decided, you know what, I'm still going to try to talk to her on like a friendly thing, just to make sure there's like some level of communication, so we don't just show up and spin it like, oh my days, did you get it? But for some reason, this girl was not on that, like, whatsoever. Broski, I would text her, delivered for 15 hours, 16, 17, 18, delivered for so many hours, that's lost count, bro. So cool, after I was left undelivered for that entire week, she still asked me, are we still sharing suitcases? Now, I should have said no. Realistically, I should have definitely said no. But I was like, you know what? Whatever, man. Say no more. I'll come give you the suitcase on Saturday. And it was on that same day that she told me, oh, yeah, you're going to have to go to Luton Airport by yourself. And I was like, what do you mean I have to go by myself? The plan was we're all going to link at Stansted and then go Luton from there and then go on the plane. And she was like, yeah, nah, that plan's changed because everybody's getting dropped off by their parents. So you're just going to have to go by yourself. This was a couple days out. I had checked. All trains were delayed to Luton. All trains were delayed from Reading to Luton. Like, everything was dead, bro. So then I had to drop £2.5 bills on a taxi. I'm vexed now, but we'll get into that. Cool. So we go forward to Saturday. Saturday, I go all the way down to hers just to drop off this suitcase because we're still sharing suitcases, innit? And I get to her house, and I remember I giving her the suitcase, and I was asking her, like, yo, could I use your charger? Like, after we had just been joking up and down, and I was like, yo, I'm still too nice to you, this, that, the third. I asked her, could I use your charger? She was like, oh. I said, yeah, my phone's on 15%. She was like, oh, okay, wait, downstairs, go to the kitchen. You're not coming upstairs. Okay, my bad. Like, so she went upstairs, got the charger, came back downstairs to the kitchen, and I was thinking to myself, this is all types of interesting. Like, you're moving shifty, but you know what, it's whatever. So after she's moving shifty and everything, I remember saying to myself, you know what, I'm gonna try and notice what she's doing, because there's no way that you've been to house parties and left me undelivered for the entire week and you want to pretend as if you're not moving shifty. Because she had her hoodie up like this around her neck, and she was walking up and down, pacing up and down the kitchen. And I remember I was literally just standing there with my phone getting charged, and I asked her, are you good? Like, are you okay? And she was like, yeah, I'm just a bit tipsy, I'm just a bit drunk, I'm just a bit this, that. And I was like, yeah, if you say so. You're just a bit tipsy and you're just a bit drunk. How funny. Cool. So next thing now, I remember asking her, yo, let me see your nails, because normally I was thinking, if a girl doesn't like you or want to be in contact with you, she'll just show you her nails like this. She will just go like this, because that's how I would show my nails to somebody I don't really want to contact. But she decided to take my hand, grab my hand, and then put her nails in my hand like this. And then she looked up at me and she was smiling. And I was like, oh, they look nice. And that was what gave me hope to think, bro, I could get my girl back. I could do this Spain trip as a Love Island thing, because you went and you had done this contact and you were giving me like some type of mixed signal. And I was really thinking, I could get my babes back. Like, I could get my babes. I didn't get my babes back. This is not that story. And I remember going home and thinking to myself, oh, I could definitely chat to this girl. I'm like, what? We're good now. Did you see how she was moving with, man? I like, what? I was calling up all of my friends. I was like, broski, did you see how she was moving with, man? Like, come on now. Like, you man want to say, oh yeah, I can't get my girl back, or I have to use Love Island. I could get her back before the trip. I couldn't get her back whatsoever. But cool, Sunday comes around now, and I remember Sunday was the day that we left, innit? So cool. I'm just going to start saying the names of all of the people. Alana, Ella, and Phoebe, those three were close friends. Then you had Maya and Luna. Maya and Luna were black. Maya and Luna were the only ones that actually treat me decently. So cool. Maya and Luna weren't as close with Alana as Ella and Phoebe were. So I get to the airport now, Luton. Remember, I dropped £2.5 bills on this taxi. I had gotten to the airport now, and when I got into the airport, I had to wait like 45 minutes before Maya and Luna showed up, because they showed up second, because they got dropped off by Maya's mom. So cool, Maya and Luna show up, they walk over to me, and they're like, I really hope this trip ain't awkward. I really hope it's actually all fine, like we can all be friends, we can actually all chill. And I was like, yeah, I really just want to chill. Like, to be honest, as much as it's like, cool, I still have feelings for this girl, and I still want this girl back, I really just kind of want to chill in. So cool. Alana, Ella, and Phoebe now show up, and I remember everybody saying hi, all of this, that, the third. But then for some reason, Alana don't say nothing to me. Alana just radio silent, don't say nothing to me. And I'm thinking to myself, what? I had to get up to chat to her just to ask her a question for her to give me a dead reply. Like, what? And then she proceeded to start talking around me. And I don't know if you've been Burger King in Luton, but we were sitting down and she was talking to all of her friends, but not me. Like, so cool. I noticed this and I think it's weird, and all her friends are thinking it's weird as well, but nobody says anything or points it out. And I realized every single time we went through a different destination in the airport, she would get more and more further away from me. Like, it was a thing of, cool, we'd go walk through the airport together as a group, we get to the duty free, we split off, I don't see her again until we get to like waiting for the gate. And whilst we're waiting for the gate, I see her every single time she has her and any type of internet connection. Actually, not even just anytime she has data or anytime she has a connection. She's always on her phone texting this one brother named Michael. Cool. So I go ask Phoebe, who's Michael? Michael is this one guy that we met at our house party. Yeah. He coming to Spain and he's staying over 15 minutes away from our hotel in Spain. Cool, so fuck me, I guess. Like, cool, I'm a dickhead then. Yeah, word, lovely. I love thinking that about myself. So I'm now thinking to myself, there's already somebody there that she's gonna go link. But at the same time, part of me was like, cool, I won't accept the truth. And I was holding on to that part of me because I was still genuinely in love with this girl. I genuinely still cared about this girl. So cool, because I still had feelings and emotions for this girl, I was still trying to be like a little white knight in shining armor type shit. So cool, we were on the plane now. And when we were on the plane, that's when I noticed, because me and her were sitting together away from her friends, that's when she started talking to me. That's when she started, and I think it was because she was genuinely just forced to talk to me, and she didn't want to actually talk to me, but cool. So we talked for like the first, 5, 10, 15 minutes of the flight. Then she says, okay, cool, I'm tired. I want to catch up on some sleep. Okay, cool. She decides to put on her hoodie the front way, make sure it's covering her neck. Like, she has her face all up in this hoodie to make sure it covers her neck, while she's also wearing a jumper that's like up here, bro. So I'm noticing this and I'm like, yeah, my girl's gone, bro. So cool. I'm seeing she's now uncomfortable, but a part of me is still like, at least just help her out. Like, try and make it so if you help her out or be kind to her, she can be more like, talkative. Not fall back in love with you, but more, I'm friendly. Do you get it? Because I was just actually sick of all of this ghosting and this, that, and third, because you're just doing too much. I just want to enjoy a trip to Spain. So cool. Every single part of that flight, it was interesting because we had now started departing the plane. And as we were departing the plane, she had woken up. So obviously we're now talking and I'm telling her, yo, those guys up at the front, yeah, they were playing TikToks mad loud, bro. They were doing this, that, the third, da da da. And she was like, oh my days, what? Oh, I should have been awake for that, this, that, da da da. And we're talking, we're making it friendly, bro. And that's only when we get off the plane. As soon as we get actually off the plane, as soon as the process of departing finishes and we're actually off the plane and she sees her friends again, radio silence. Radio flipping silent. We hop on the shuttle bus from the plane to the airport, radio silence. There's no talking, there's no interacting whatsoever. We get to the airport now, she sees her friends, she runs over to them, she's talking to them. They're actually trying to introduce me to the conversation, but every single time they are, Alana goes quiet, goes radio silent. For no other reason than just the fact is, fuck me, I guess, you fucking get it. So I'm actually thinking, what am I doing here? What am I actually wasting my time for? Because, broski, why am I wasting my time when you're just trying to perform and act up for your friends, even though you're fine talking to me on the G thing, but for some reason you don't want to talk to me on the G thing? But cool, whatever. I've deeply realised how dark this entire situation was when we finally hopped on the coach all the way to that fucking hotel, bro. Maya and Luna had already hopped on a taxi to the hotel from the airport, so they were already ahead of us. So when we hopped on the coach, I was sitting in the aisle seat, Marlana was sitting in the window seat, Ella was sitting behind me, and Phoebe was sitting next to her. So obviously there's that space between the chairs that you can talk in, that everybody turns to the middle for and you can talk through. For some reason, Alana decided she wanted to press her face all the way to the window to use that side of the... Bro, like when I was telling you, she didn't actually want to turn to face me because that meant introducing me to the conversation and she couldn't have that. Now remember how every time I said she got an internet connection, she always instantly hopped back on her phone. We get to the hotel now, she's asked straight away for the Wi-Fi, she connects to it. Cool, yeah, fine and dandy. I'm thinking she's texting her parents, she's texting... Nope, she's texting Michael. Nope, she's texting because I'm seeing laughing, I'm seeing giggling on that phone, I'm seeing everything. Phone face is lighting up as if she's just getting mad compliments, and I'm thinking to myself, alright, well, that's how we're moving. Say no more. Mind you, I'm at the receptionist desk. I'm doing the tourist tax fee. I'm the one that's handling the key cards. I'm the one that's figuring out where our hotel room is. I'm figuring out everything. She has no clue. All she has is just the key card on her wrist just to get into the yard, innit? So cool. We get into the elevator now. Well, I'm saying we. Alana didn't want to get into the elevator with me, Ella, and Phoebe because she said the elevator was too small. More time, it's just because she didn't want to be in such a tight space of room. But you don't know where our room is. You don't know what floor it is. You don't know what door it is. So why are you just going to stand out in the elevator? It would make sense if I did and you went up, but you don't know anything. So cool. I didn't hop out the elevator because I know you're trying to play a game. I know you're trying to just not be there, but I'm not letting this happen because I'm not going to get a text from nobody and have to do middleman just to be like, oh, Alana doesn't know what room she's at. Just just follow me, fool. So cool. I hop out of the one elevator and you and her hop into the next one. I'm trying to strike up a conversation. I'm trying to make it so we're talking. Crazy no, bro. I'm hitting so many elbows. I'm trying to lay out myself for a conversation. Miss. I'm asking her questions. Dead replies. There's no conversation. There's no talking. There's no interacting. There's nothing. It is just straight radios, bruv. So cool, we then finally figure out where our room is. We get into the room. If you know how a uni accom works, obviously you have the toilet on the left side. You then go into the room opens up more. That's practically how this hotel room works. We have the toilet directly on the left side. Then we go in onto the left side, that's where the room opens up. There was a little storage space right next to my bed. And I say my bed because we had two singles that were put together to be a double, but for some reason the girls wanted to be both the builder, but that comes later. So cool, I'm now sitting on my bed. I'm putting my suitcase into that little storage bit. I'm opening it up and I'm like, cool, when are you gonna take your stuff out? This girl walks directly past me out of the hotel room. And then she takes a couple steps back, asks me, oh, what room are they in? I said, I'm pretty sure they're on floor 5. Cool, I'll find it. And then she just dips out. And I'm thinking to myself, is that the most interaction I'm going to get this entire flipping trip? Are you crazy? Like, what? But cool. So after she leaves now, I'm just like, you know what? I'm gonna get myself dressed up. I'm gonna go get my neck tattoo and I'm gonna leave this night as at least a win. I'm gonna leave this night as somehow a win and I'm gonna move on with my life. So I'm getting myself dressed up. As soon as I'm about to leave, for some reason, all of the girls start busting to that. Okay, girls, how are we gonna do this? How are we gonna move this room around? Okay, you guys lift up the bed. You guys move the chair. You guys move the table. This, that, the foot. Broski, when I say everything was partitioned like Moses parted the Red Sea, fam. My bed was moved. Her bed was moved. There was a space in the middle. There was a table in the middle. Bro, we were separate, and I was thinking to myself, you know what, do your thing. I said to the Ether, because I was trying to chat to the guard, they said we'll get back to you in a bit. I said to the Ether, alright, cool, I'm getting my neck tattoo. And I just dipped out because there's no way I'm going to try to chat to you, man. And you man are ignoring me, bro. What do I look like? So cool, I told them I'm getting my neck tattoo, but then none of them heard me because when I was in my neck tattoo, my phone's blown up. Where are you? And Alana calls me. I missed the call. I call her back. What do you want? Excuse me, I'm returning your call. I say, you man call me. Yeah, I wanted to see where you were. Oh yeah, I'm getting my neck tattoo. Oh yeah, I saw you. And then she hangs up. Bruv, what? My bad for trying to return your missed call. Just giving me straight attitude for what reason? Say no more. So I go back to the hotel room after getting my neck tattoo and I see her. She's just plain sitting on the bed, bro. And she's not even interacting with me or anything. There's no question of like, oh, let me see your tattoo. There's no friendliness. There's no like, you know, camaraderie. There's nothing. It's just silent. Then like 30 minutes after I get in and I lay down and whatever, she then gets up to do her nightly routine. Cool. So she started to do her nightly routine and I'm thinking to myself, alright then, I told her, as soon as you finish this, I want to chat to you. I need to talk to you about something. Which made her take so much longer. Why are you brushing your teeth for 45 minutes or out on the balcony, bro? And you're just sitting there on the chair, just looking, brushing your teeth out on the balcony. You think I'm dumb? So I went out to the balcony myself and I said, cool. I sat down next to her. Well, not next to her. Let's say there was like a table in between us. But I sat down in the other chair on the balcony and I said to her, if you don't want to chat to me, don't say nothing to me for the rest of the trip or for the rest of your life. Like, keep it a buck 55. If you don't want to talk to me, don't say nothing to me ever again. I'll take a hint and I'll move on. It is not that deep to me. If you actually do not want to interact with me the way you're pretending and acting like I've got the plague or something, don't say nothing. But if you do want to chat to me, or if you do want to at least be somewhat a friend, then say something. Explain yourself, because no, I'm not going to come to a different country just for you to act like a waste man, bro. Come on. Then, after I said that, I left. I said, you don't have to say nothing to me. I'll take the hint. Just be radio silent. Just be radio silent. Shh. Shut the fuck up. Don't say nothing. So cool. I go back in. I lay on my bed. This girl comes out of the balcony. She finishes up her nightly routine. She gets in her bed, and she texts me saying, I'm just a bit stressed. You're a bit stressed. For what? I'm just a bit stressed. Things are on my mind. GN. You're less than 6 feet away from me. You could have said that with your mouth. You didn't need to text me. But because you texted me, now all of a sudden I'm just like, you know what? Whatever, innit? Cool, so Monday morning rolls around and I'm thinking to myself, oh, why is my phone blowing up? My phone's blowing up because these guys are telling us, yo, we need to get downstairs for breakfast. Breakfast is finishing soon. So I tap, I'm like, yo, wake up. And then I cut out the room. I don't wait nothing. I don't waste no time waiting for her. I just get down there, I get my breakfast. Now, the way the table was set up was it was a 3-on-3. So cool, there were 2 seats right in front of me. I was sitting next to Luna and Myra. Then Ella was sitting over there. Phoebe and Alana hadn't come down yet because there was 2 clear spaces. But for some reason, I had seen Alana and Phoebe. We had all seen Alana and Phoebe. And Alana went over to sit by her ones. Nice one. And then Phoebe went to follow her just to make sure she was, like, you know, all right. And that's when I was saying to everybody, you noticed this, right? Like, I am not bugging. I'm not tweaking because I haven't done anything. But for some reason, she wants to act like I've got the plague and not chat to me, not move or sit next to me. Like, come on. Cool, I left off part one with the fact that everybody saw Alana had gone over to a table on her ones, and everybody was saying, yo, this is weird, because why is she moving like that? But nobody said anything, because at the same time it was a thing of, okay, she's feeling the type of way, you just keep doing what you're doing. I was just trying to be friendly or formal with her, but guys were just saying, keep trying, maybe she'll warm up to you eventually, innit? So cool, we then go back upstairs, I'm getting ready, innit? I don't know what I'm getting ready for, but everybody's like, yeah, let's get ready, let's go on a shopping trip, let's go this, that, the third. But then Maya and Luna decided they wanted to go to the swimming pool, so they decided not to get ready or go, like, come out with us. So then Alana then asked me, do you want to go Aldi, or what was it, Asda, with me, Ella and Phoebe? I said, yeah, fuck it, why not? Like, there's nothing else to do. So then we got ready and we're walking there now. Now, when we're walking there, I'm walking on the left, I'm walking directly by the roadside, all of the girls are on the right. So I'm walking directly by the roadside. I don't see Alana, what she has on her neck, because I'm walking on her left, innit? But cool, we get to the Aldi now, or the Asda, and I remember I'm in there, I'm trying to be nice, I'm trying to be sweet. I'm actually offering to pay for everything, because, bro, I'm like, you know what, let me be nice, let me be sweet, I got you, man. But even whilst I was trying to be nice and offer, I didn't even get so much as a simple thank you, bro. I got radio silence, to the point that Phoebe was even like, yo, you shouldn't be paying for this, you shouldn't be doing this, and she's still treating you like that. Like, all of her friends were actually saying, yo, you shouldn't be behaving like this, and she's still treating you like that. We don't know what's up with her. So cool, as we leave the Asda now, or the Audi, or whatever it was called, we're now walking back to the hotel, and that's when I'm walking on the right side of Alana now, and that's when I noticed something that's this big placed on her neck like this, and I'll ask her a question, yo, what's that on your neck? Oh yeah, it's just a mosquito bite. It's a mosquito bite. It was a mosquito bite, really, genuinely a mosquito bite. I don't know what type of mutant mosquito bit you, but hey, I have never seen a mosquito bite that went purple, bro. I see all of them that get inflated and get red, but I've never seen one that went purple with a bit of green that looks like somebody gave you a hickey on your neck. But cool, I played along with it because clearly she wants to act like I'm dumb. So I just decided, you know what, I'm gonna behave like I'm dumb and see how you act. And I decided to say, oh, is that why you have those mosquito repellent bracelets that she gave to everybody apart from me? And she was like, yeah, see, you get it. Just make sure you don't get bit by mosquitoes. I was like, word, So I'm thinking to myself, you just lie for no reason, and you want to behave as if I'm stupid. So cool, I'm gonna let you believe like I'm stupid, and I'm gonna let you act in whatever way you want. So that's fine. Do your thing, bro. Actually do your thing, bro. Cool. So then we flash forward to the Monday night. Now, this Monday night was the first time all of us went to the club together. It was one of the first and last times we went to the club together as friends. So cool. As we're doing our pre-drinking, as we're getting ready, Alana steps out of the room to go get something from, I think it was Phoebe and Ella's room. I'm not exactly sure where she stepped to go, but I know everybody else was in the room. Alana was the only one that wasn't. So as we were in the room, we started talking. They all started saying, you're a single guy tonight, behave like a single man, don't do nothing in front of Alana's face, because I can't lie, that's just disrespectful, this, that, the third. Got to the point that we make up a code word, bro. The code word was star. If I text star, guys know I'm active, guys know I'm doing something. So they were like, cool, yeah, star. I'll text them individually, star, do you get it? So cool, we get to the club now, and I can't lie, I'm trying to actually chat to Alana. I'm trying to move to Alana because, bro, I'm drunk, my emotions are high, I'm in a different country, I want my babes back, bro. Like, I'm gonna keep it $150, crucify me, I wanted my girl back. Like, I didn't want to leave it like that when we had such a good relationship going up to this point, do you get it? So cool, I'm in the club now. I try to dance with her 1 time, she walks away. I try to dance with her 2 times, she looks at me crazy. I try to dance with her 3 times, she looks at me, disdain and anger in her eyes, and then pushes me away. And I was like, cool, you know what, I'm gonna take the hint, strike 3 and I'm out. So I'm now walking around the club now, and as I'm walking around the club, bro, skiing, I see this one guy, he has wonderful dreads. He was where I wanted to get to. So I'm talking to him now, and as I'm talking to him, he's like, oh yeah, see, I'll shout to you later, just give me your snap or something, this, that, the third. And then he walks over to his friends, and when he walks over to his friends, I see somebody I recognize, bro. Now, if you flash back to the domestic in publics video, that girl there that I was chatting to, that was her ex. So the girl, the ex before me, that was the guy that she was dating. So then I see him. I haven't seen him in like 4 years. What are you doing in a club in Spain? Yo, bro, for the sake of the story, we're gonna call him Oliver. And I'm like, bro, and he recognized me and he was like, I swear you dated. Bro, what? And then I'm talking to him and I'm realizing he is not as bad as this girl painted him out to be. She painted him out to be a supervillain. He was telling me the truth with receipts where this girl was saying, oh yeah, this, that, the third. They had their whole other beef, bro. And she was painting him out to be a supervillain. And so to me, I would never become friendly and see how exactly she was. But she ended up doing that to me anyway. But cool. So as I'm talking to this guy, Oliver, he's then like, oh yeah, let me introduce you to my friends. And what do you know? One of his close friends was the guy Michael. Remember who Alana was texting? One of the guys was Michael. And then he asked me, oh, who are you here with? I said, I'm here with my ex. I'm here with my ex and her friends. And then before I can even point and say, yeah, that's my ex, Alana, I point over and he's like, is that Alana? Oh my days, head banger. He's talking, saying, yo, is that Alana? Oh my days, I never knew you man dated. Yeah, she was saying this, that, the third about her ex. She was saying this, that. Bro, he was telling me, she was saying all of these other things about me, about how she didn't fuck with me no more, how about this, that, the third. And in his exact words, he had told me, yeah, I'm not going to do too much with her because she was easy anyway. Bro, what? Now, for some reason, I don't know what went through this guy's mind. I still don't forgive him for this. He decided to tell me all the nitty-gritty details about how she was easy, bro. About how she was doing this, that, the third. They were in a house party. He was the one that gave her the hickey on her neck. And she was really, really feeling him, which is why she constantly texted him and was trying to come through to Spain with him. So, cool. After he decided to tell me all the nitty-gritty details about how she was grinding on him and this and that, I decided to get drunk and upset because, bro, I'm still in love with this girl. This guy's saying to me, yo, I just did all of this with your babes. And I'm thinking to myself, word, if I see any guy attracted to her in this club, I'm banging him in the face. Like, I had anger in my chest and it was misplaced, but I decided to then say to everybody that I was like, if I see any guy chatting to a girl in this club, to that girl in this club, I'm banging him in the face. And the fact is, because we're guys, we know I'm not going to actually do anything. There's no reason for me to get upset and violent. But I was saying it with a smile on my face. I was like, bro, nah, I'm going to get my girl back. And these guys started hyping me up saying, yeah, bro, get your girl back. This girl needs to be all about you, fam. We'll bang anybody with you, bro. And I was like, what? Yeah, I'm drunk. We're all drunk. We're joking about. But that came to backfire against me for some reason. So cool. After I realised I'm never chatting to Alana, like, Alana's never feeling me like that again. So I said, cool, you know what? I'm going to rise the streets. I'm going to show you what it's like when I was running the streets before you, G. I'm going to rise it. If you were on live, you saw the evidence of how I rose it, bro. But cool. So I'm going around. I'm getting snaps. From everybody, this, that, the third. I'm rising videos, pictures, this, that. I'm rising everything, bro. So I decided, you know what? This was a good night. I then go home now. And after I go home, I'm thinking to myself, yeah, fam, man's cheesing. I'm that guy, yeah, bro. I get into the hotel room now. Alana ain't there, but cool. I wait like 45 minutes because I'm thinking I need to at least make sure this girl gets back into the hotel. Like, I need to make sure because I don't want her to be sleeping. And then it's like, you should have watched over that. Like, I can't do that, innit? So cool. I wait for her to get back into the hotel room. She comes back in. Now, one thing about Alana is Alana's a drunk. And when I say she's a drunk, I'm saying she drinks to the point it looks scary if you're going to chat to her. Like, she drinks to the point it looks like she doesn't have any motor functions that are excelling at higher life. Did you get it? So she stumbles back into the room. She sits down on her bed. She sits down on her bed facing away from me and she's fent folding. Completely out. She gets 2 texts on her phone. Buzz, buzz, jumps up, runs out the room. I don't see her for the rest of the night. I fall asleep thinking, okay, cool, it's probably one of her friends texting her. I ask her what happened. Actually, I ask her, what's up? She just runs out the room. She doesn't say a word to me. Of course she doesn't. So I'm thinking, okay, it was probably something to do with her friends. I'll just leave it. Broski, I couldn't be more wrong. I wake up and I realize this girl's not in the room. She wasn't in the room all night. She didn't come back that night. So I was thinking to myself, where has this girl gone? I've gone down to breakfast now because I'm thinking she might already be at breakfast and she just left without me. She is already at breakfast, but she's at breakfast being an attachment to 6 other guys, bro. I'm saying there's a table of 6. She's sitting in the booth just like I am, face turning them. And it's like, bro, what are you doing? But at the same time, I'm thinking to myself, do your thing, bro. Like, you're wearing different clothes. Your hair's a mess. You're behaving like you look like something happened in the middle of the night, but at the same time, it's not my problem. So cool. I'm now thinking to myself, right, like, really? But I'm like, you know what, let me not get involved. I just pick her foot. I said, are you good? She said, yeah. So cool. I'll move on with myself. This is Tuesday morning. I move on with myself. I get upstairs. I finish eating. I get ready. I take my nice shower. Like, you know, prepping my neck tattoo. I'm making sure everything's healing properly. I'm making sure everything's good. Then I get down to the swimming pool. I see the guys I was in the club with last night. And I'm thinking to myself, you know what? Let me go chill with them. I go chill with them. Now, literally, you know, there's the shorter end of the pool and there's the longer end of the pool. I was here. She was here. She could see me. She was literally less than 20 feet away from me. She could see me. But she came down and she was texting me, blowing off my line. Mind you, this was like 3-4 hours after breakfast. So she's now blowing up my line. Yo, come here. I'm thinking, what, fam? I walk over there. She's like, why are you telling guys that you'll bang them in the face if they're not gonna da-da-da? I said, because I was drunk and upset. Like, what? What do you expect me to do? I'm still in love with you, bro. I'm trying to hide my feelings as best as I can, but you can't really expect me to not be. And then she's getting actually upset, saying, you can't say that. Like, I'm not your girl anymore. You can let any other guy chat to me, this, that, the third. And that's when I realized you are craving guys' attention. You are craving the attention of niggers. And that is when I said, you know what? You want to see how these streets really run? I will show you how these streets really run. You aren't true to this. You're new to this. Don't get it twisted, bro. So cool. Because she's not true to this and she's new to this, I then decide I'm going back over to where my mans are sitting. And I'm talking to them. I'm like, bro, does that make sense? And they were like, bro, this is why none of us ever wanted to get with her. She's this, that, the third. They were talking. They were talking. And I'm thinking, what even happened? Like, who even told her? Turns out Michael was the one that told her, because she texted him asking him, why didn't you come up to me last night? Why didn't you give me attention last night? And he was like, because your ex was saying he would bang people in the face. And he was laughing about it. And I think he was laughing at me, but at the same time, I couldn't really care less. Like, I actually genuinely could not care any less. And because of that, she genuinely got upset to the point she was crying because she didn't feel she was pretty. That's something that threw me off, because we had a conversation about it later. She was telling me how because of that event, she was so upset because she didn't feel pretty, this, that, the third. Like, broski, it's never that deep. But cool. Because of that, I am now vexed. I was having a wonderful Tuesday morning until she did some fuck shit like that. So I said, you remember them babes from the last night? Rise them and rise them now, because there's no way I'm going to let you chat to me like that. There's no way I'm going to let you chat to me like that. Are you crazy? Are you actually insane to think I'm going to let you just talk to me anyhow, any which way? Bro, brush. So cool. I'm there now. I'm saying that to all of these guys. I'm there. I'm rising every single snap. I'm like, yo, you come to the club now? Yo, you come to the club tonight? Yo, you come to the club tonight? I'm getting texts back. Yeah. And I'm like, from who's texting me back? Who's the prettiest girl I want to chat to you right now? I'll buck this one French. Oh, she was so fine. If you were on the live, you saw her, innit? So cool. Now we flash forward to Tuesday night. I go to the club by myself, innit? And because I go to the club by myself, I see this one French babes, the one that I rose from the night before. She was so fine. She had connections, so she was chilling in VIP booths. I was really just sitting there getting, pampered, bro. But this French girl didn't understand a lick of English. All she knew was my face was pretty and she loved kissing, bro. Like, it was insane, fam. So cool, I'm sitting in the VIP sections now. And as I'm sitting in the VIP sections, this girl's feeling me, bro. So I'm thinking, I still got it. Like, I might have just come out of the relationship shit, but the game is still there. I still have it, bro. So cool. She's there. I'm thinking we're going to go to the dance floor, because she pulls me out. And she's like, no, I want to go back to a hotel. I said, word. Word. We get to hers now. The hotel is like a 20-minute walk away from the club. We go up the road. My hotel was down the road. So we go up the road to hers. I get up to hers. Bro, why are the security guards telling me I'll pay 50 euros to get in? Fuck no. I ain't paying 50 euros to crack nothing. Are you dumb? So I'm like, come back to mine. Alana wasn't in her room last night, so I was thinking, cool, this girl doesn't even understand English, so I could just chat to her and make up some BS excuse about why there's stuff in the room, which she asked about, and I started saying, yo, it's not even like, there's a girl here, bro. It's my bro, he had a medical emergency, this, that, and the third. I'm explaining to her, bro, I'm actually using Google Translate. I'm using Google Translate on my phone to read it out in French to her, and she's like, oui. And I was thinking, I got the sauce, bro. I got this in the bag. So cool. I'm going back to mans, because the security guards don't care. You can literally just walk in. So I've gone back to mans now, broski. When I tell you, it was a thing of, we got down to business. Business was happening until Alana is outside. And because she was outside, I jumped up. I was only in my boxers and my vest, bro. I jump up, pull my boxers up. I run to the door. She's opening the door. I stop it. I said, go stay with your friends tonight. Like, you must think I'm joking. Go stay with your friends tonight. She's like, what? I pay for this room. This, that, the third. I'm thinking, that's a lot of talking. Go stay with your friends tonight. Like, genuinely, you could keep all of that to yourself. I'll run you your money back. You could get your free cash back guarantee. You can get your bread back. But go stay with your friends tonight. Go stay with them tonight. Because as of right now, I'm not trying to get involved with you. As of right now, I'm busy. I'm proactive. Because the thing is, before I even got back to my hotel, before I even left the club, I started texting Star. I texted Maya. I texted Luna. I texted Ella and Phoebe. Turns out Ella and Phoebe, their phones were dead. Maya and Luna didn't step out. How is that my fault now? I was keeping you guys updated, but for some reason, you guys didn't want to get me involved. You guys didn't want to be involved. But cool, that's not my fault. I don't care. So now Alana is getting vexed. She's like, what bitch are you fucking in this room? I said, hold on. That's some aggressive language we don't need. Come on. So cool. She then, what's it called? She then walks off this way. Now me, Alana, Luna, and Maya, we're all on the same floor. So when you walk off this way, that means you're going all the way down to their room. But when you walk off this way, that means you're going to the elevator. She walked off this way. And I remember as she walked off this way, she told me, KYS. LOL. Bro, I found that so funny. But the fact is, whilst this entire thing is happening, the French baby is literally just laying there on her phone. And I'm thinking, cool, now that I got that sorted, back to business, bro. Back to flipping business, bro. But cool, we get back to business now. When I tell you, I was getting back to business for a good 30, 45. Before this alarm that got, she swipes her key card and she's opening the door with mad efficiency. I stop it once again. Because, bro, I have now hopped up. I've heard the key card. It buzzed. And I've heard it again, broski. I jump up. Once again, I'm pulling up my boxes. This girl's trying to look past me, fam. I am 6'4". She is 5'7", 5'8". She cannot look past me. But she's like, where's this girl? Where's this bitch you're fucking up? I'm like, bro, move. Move. What you doing? But as she's trying to look past me, I remember she was telling me, I need the dermaplane. I need a little knife to cut this thing off. I was like, cool, where is it? I'll just go get it. I said, no, you're not getting nothing. Where is that? Like, you're not stepping into this room for no reason. No. And she was like, oh, fine, get it for me. I went and when I got it. I opened the door again. She's not there. I don't know where she went. So I dashed the dermaplane and I dropped her onto the floor and then I closed the door. I made sure to lock it, even though it wouldn't do anything. So cool, I finished up what I was doing with this French babes now, and I was thinking to myself, alright, I'm just gonna walk her down to out of the hotel so Alana doesn't know how to do nothing. I don't know what she was on this night. So I was like, so Alana doesn't try to do nothing. And then as I was walking around, I was texting Phoebe. I was texting everybody. I was like, yo, Alana can come back to the room now if she wants. I'm getting told Alana was having a panic attack. You're a piece of shit. You're a this, that, the third. Why were you having a panic attack? What did I do to make you panic? Because when I try to talk to you formally, when I try to talk to you nicely, when I try to treat you like a friend, when I try to treat you with respect, when you were lying to me, when you were treating me as if you hated me, when you weren't talking to me, when you were ignoring me, but you're having a panic attack now, just because I got some action. How does that make sense? Like, you're having a panic attack and a mental breakdown and your mentals are flying and frying and this, that, the third, but when I was doing all of that, you could not give a rat's ass, bruv. Make it make some type of sense. Do you actually get it? So I'm laughing about this because at this point, all of the feelings that I've had in this specific moment, they've died. Because you looked at me dead in my eyes with this thing after I tried to treat you with respect, and when I finally get some, you're trying to do whatever as if you're not going out to other guys' rooms anyway. Like, make it make sense. And that's when I realized, you know what? You just wanted me for the chase. You just wanted me so you could actually just say, oh yeah, my ex is still trying to get me back. My ex is just that. And then when I moved on, you didn't want to chat to me no more. Like, come on, ego things now. So cool, I wake up on Wednesday morning. Like, Wednesday morning was blissful. Oh, it was amazing. Because I woke up, there was nobody there. And everybody's texting me now saying, oh, why would you do that? Why would you do that? I said, you man said I was single. Check your messages. I just texted you, star. I didn't have my phone. That's not my problem. I don't control what happens with you and your personal items. I don't control what happens between you and your personal belongings. But I control what I can control, which was the fact I was getting busy and I was texting you, man, saying, don't bring her back to the room. But none of you, man, wanted to listen. None of you, man, wanted to pay attention to what I was saying. So now we have this little situation on our hands. Because if you did, you would have just made up an excuse and boom, moved on. She comes back to the room eventually and then, we do our thing. The flip. But cool. They're now getting on to me and I'm explaining myself and I'm like, you man literally told me I should do this. You man literally said I should behave as a single guy considering your girl and you know what your girl is doing. Don't think you're slick. All of you man were lying to my face, thinking I didn't know. I knew everything, G, but thinking I was stupid, acting as if I was stupid. I knew who she was chatting to. I knew who she was moving with. I knew every single thing that was happening. I just decided I didn't want to ruin myself, my mood 24/7 by thinking about it. So I just let you man believe I was stupid. So I'm telling them this now, and they're like, oh, whatever, don't get on to me about this, don't get this. It became a whole argument. But that's between Ella and Phoebe. Now, Maya and Luna, they came over to my room during the day, and they were just chilling. We were playing card games, and we were talking, and I was telling them the situation, and they were like, right. I mean, you shouldn't have done it in the room, but at the same time, nobody can blame me. And yeah, nobody can blame me, because, broski, I was single. Now, Maya and Luna were black. The other three were white or whitewashed. Alana was whitewashed. But at the same time, broski, it's actually a thing of that's why we were so split. Because for some reason, they couldn't get over the colours. And I deeped, it's because these two different sets of people weren't actually ever close friends. I don't know why they went on holiday. Actually, I do. But it was a thing of, they wanted to do a girls trip, but then Maya wanted to bring Luna. And then because Maya was bringing Luna, Alana said, oh, I should bring him. And because she said that, that's when it became a couples thing and we started pairing up into twos. But, bro, I can't lie. Even as a girls trip, it wouldn't have worked. Even as a girls trip. It might have if I wasn't there, but at the same time, you guys were never really that close friends anyway. Maya hated Phoebe, but I'll get into that later. But at the same time, it's like, bro, just girls, but yeah, man. So left off part 2 with the fact that them girls didn't really like each other and the girls trip would not have worked. But cool, this is Wednesday now. I'm talking and it's like, I'm thinking me and Luna, me and Maya, we're all chill, we're all everything. We go down to the pool, and as we're going down to the pool, bro, we're actually chilling, we're vibing. I'm FaceTiming all of my friends, and I'm explaining what's happened up until Wednesday, because at this point, I have anger in my chest. The love I have felt, it's been replaced with anger. It's been replaced with just pure unbridled rage. So cool, I'm telling the story of every single thing. Now, as you guys know, I'm a loud storyteller. I'm somebody that, according to you guys, I can capture attention easily. So cool, as I'm telling the story, I look up, Maya saying, yo, be quiet, people are looking at you. I look up, guys are just sitting there staring at me. I had somebody say, continue your story, continue your story. I'm thinking, word, say no more. So I sit up from this little lawn chair I'm lounging at, fam. And I sit up, I start telling it. People are looking at me all over the swimming pool. People are like, really? Wow, what's going on? Like, how is this happening? This, that, the third. And I'm thinking to myself, you know what? I might just tell everybody. I then captured the attention of a couple of rich Swedish guys. Now, because I was telling this story, they liked the way I was explaining and handling myself. They liked the grittiness of South London. I was practically a performing monkey for these guys, but they were paying for shit for me, so I don't care. Like, they paid for a VIP booth for me that night. They paid for drinks. They paid for everything, but we'll get onto that. So cool, when I met these guys at the swimming pool, it was like, what, 2-3 hours out from dinner. So they were like, cool, we're going to go upstairs in like 20 minutes. We're going to go upstairs. We'll meet you at dinner. Make sure you're here by this time. I grabbed their snaps. I grabbed everything. Cool. Me and these guys, we're munching at dinner now, broski. These guys are talking. They're listening to everything I have to say. They're validating how I feel, because at the same time, it's like, cool, maybe I shouldn't have done that one thing I did on Tuesday where I was cracking buns in a room. But at the same time, broski, I had tried to be formal and civil with this girl. So what can I do now, innit? So cool, I am now thinking, I'm making sense. Like, I thought I was going crazy, because all of these guys were saying, yeah, but you did this, yeah, but you did that. But now I had actual contact with mandem that have heard my side, that have heard what I say, because I'm not one to only tell my side of the story. I know I fucked up by fucking that girl in the room. I know I fucked up by cracking buns in that room. I know I was fucking up doing other things. Like, bro, I know I messed up with that TikTok. I'm not just gonna say, oh yeah, I was a perfect saint. I'm not a, bro, I know I did some things that I shouldn't have done, but at the same time, broski, I didn't deserve half of the shit you were doing to me. So cool, they're talking, we're talking, they're like, cool, let's go to the club. They buy a big bottle of Smirns, bro. When I say it's the 3-litre bottles, it hasn't even touched, what, 8 p.m. yet. They're saying we need to finish this before we get to the club. This ain't the pre-drinking. This is the pre-drinking, because we drank so much alcohol that night, bro. I was so tipsy, fam. Cool, we drink this bottle of alcohol, we're walking around, we're finding different clubs, we're going up different places. So now it's getting to when the clubs start to get active, innit? We've all munched, we're all having alcohol in our system, we're feeling good, bro. We're feeling chilled. So now it's the thing of, okay, I'm gonna call the main guy Sean, innit? The main light-skinned guy that was, like, the Swedish guy that I was friends with. He was light-skinned, I'm calling him Sean. Sean was a guy that was like, he wanted to be from South, innit? So because he's talking to me and he wants to be from South, he accidentally bumps into this girl. And when he bumps into this girl, he doesn't really apologize. And this girl's like, what? Like, what? Because he's big. Oh, yeah, man's bad, man, nah. Yeah, man's bad, man, nah. So I'm apologizing on behalf to this girl. And then I realized, this girl's kind of fine, you know? Like, this girl's kind of buff, you know? So cool. I now talk to this girl. I'm now talking to the girl. Me and her were chopping it up. I'm now hanging out with her and her group of friends. Sean and his group of friends, they're like, yeah, you good? Yeah, cool. You still got a VIP booth in that club if you want it. Like, just say it was booked under Sean. And I said, whatever, bro. So cool. I'm now chilling with this girl. What did I call her on live? I said her name was Chantal. Cool. For the sake of the story, we're calling this girl Chantal. I was chilling with Chantal. Chantal ended up being from South London as well. Chantal ended up being from South London as well. And she was looking good. So I was trying to put down a parlay. I said, yo, babes, let me grab your snap. I'll rise you better when we get back to London. She was like, yeah, cool, whatever, bro. I grabbed that snap. I said, what? I'm getting busy, I'm getting ripped, and that, like, do you get it? So I'm thinking to myself, alright, cool, I got a little parlay down, now I just have to wait for the parlay to bang, get my cash back, you know, money back guaranteed. So cool, me and her are talking, we get into the club now. Now, once again, what I need people to realize is the fact that just because you're talking to someone doesn't mean that person's exclusive to you. Just because I linked her this night doesn't mean she was exclusive to me. And the reason I say that is because I stepped into the club, she was whining on me, she was gripping up on my body. I turned around to go get water. I turned back around, she's lipsing on another guy. I said, word. Damn. So cool, I then step out. My French babes is still in the vicinity, bro. So I step out, I go to a different club. French babes is in there. She's in a VIP booth surrounded by niggas. So that means 2. And I forgot to rise other ones because I thought it was just going to be a thing of I was chilling with a mandem tonight. So then I go back to the first club, and that's the first club that Chantel's in. And when I go back to the first club, she sobered up a bit more, and then she finds me, and she's like, "Oh my days, I'm so sorry, I shouldn't have lips line, man, this, that, the third, da, da." I said, "What happens in Spain happens in Spain. What happens in Spain stays in Spain." She get it. So I was thinking to myself, you know what? You don't have to apologize for nothing, because at the end of the day, you're not my girl. You're not my girl, so it's not my problem, innit? But cool, me and her, we're talking. She says she's getting hot. She wants to step outside for a bit. She steps outside for a bit. Who do I see other than Alana walk up to a group of guys as we're stepping outside? Now, the thing is, Chantel also sees Alana. And Chantel sees Alana and is like, "Oh my God, this girl's so pretty." And then runs up to Alana. And then as she runs up to Alana, she's beckoning me along saying, "Yo, come." And then as we get there, we are now standing. So let's say I'm standing. You are Alana. I'm standing right in front of you. Chantel is right here. You are out in front of like 4 different guys. Chantal says, "Ain't this girl pretty?" I say, "Yeah, she kind of is, isn't it?" Chantal, now Alana starts smirking, smiling. That doesn't sit right with a group of guys, because now as she's walking off, as Alana's walking off, one guy has his hand on her hips and he turns back at me and he's like, "Yeah, fam, that's my babes." I was really thinking to myself, I should not get disrespectful right now, because if I get disrespectful and I shout back at you that you having my sloppy seconds, every time you lips this girl, she had my nut in her mouth, if I start getting disrespectful now, guys aren't gonna lie at me. If I start getting disrespectful, but that's gonna fuck up my parlay. So let me hold off, because you to look at me as if, "Oh yeah, that's my girl." You picked up some discarded waste, bro. I'm not gonna lie. You picked up something that's already been handled, and you wanna behave as if this is fresh, new, whatever. Come on. So cool, he walks off now. I'm now still talking to Chantal. Me and Chantal then go back inside the club. And as we go back inside the club, we're talking a bit more. We're sitting down. She's sober now. I'm thinking to myself, yeah, I'm getting kind of tired. Like, I can't lie. It's a thing of, I want to kind of go home. So she's like, "Cool, I'll talk to you later. This, that, the third. You know, we do our thing. We go our separate ways." I brush. I go home. By the time I go home, because I'm not going to lie, I sped that up, but it was like a real 45-minute to an hour conversation that we had. By the time I get back to the hotel, it's been an hour 45, like, plus the walk. Alana's already in the hotel. It's been an hour 45 plus the walk, and I just saw you, but now you're already back to the hotel. Like, what happened? So I walk in. She's already on the bed. It sounds like she's crying. I'm like, "Yo, what's up?" Them guys just never knew how to understand when I was saying no. It wasn't every single day I wanted to this, that, the third. I said, "Wow, you know, personally, I think that's because you picked up street trash. You wanted attention from some type of somebody who wasn't really good, and they decided to give you attention, but they didn't care about anything else apart from your body." So I mean, that's kind of what happens if you just decide to divide your attention and get attention from anybody. But you know, so I kind of come from, I'm like, "Yeah, guys, I like that, you know, whatever." And then I just jumped straight into it because I've had enough of it. So I asked her, "Why'd you lie to me? Why'd you lie to me?" She's like, "What did I lie to you about?" I said, "Why'd you lie to me about the hickey on your neck? You said it was a mosquito bite." "No, I didn't. You were the one that brought up." I never brought up the fact that the hickey was a mosquito bite. I never said that hickey was a mosquito bite. I was the one that never said that. I never brought that shit up. Because why would I jump to mosquito bite? Why would I? And she's now saying, "Oh, but you were the one that said that. You were the one that this, that, the third. You were the..." Why are you chatting? She's screaming and shouting as if we're doing up domestics, bruv. As if we're a married couple. Please, be quiet. And I'm getting on to her. I'm like, "Bro, there was no reason to lie to me. You don't fuck with me no more. That is perfectly okay. That is perfectly alright. Why did you have to lie? Why'd you have to lie? There was no reason to rise up a lie, because now you rose up a lie and I caught you in the lie, and now you don't know what to say." And then she's coming back at me and she's saying, "Oh, I don't know, I just feel awkward because I'm on a trip with my ex." You feel awkward. You're the one that's supposed to not have feelings for me. I'm the one that's supposed to still be in love with you, yet I'm treating you more formally and more respectfully than you are for me. How is that working? I'm treating you like a normal, decent human being, yet you're acting as if I got the plague. You're not even talking to me. You're not even chatting to me. You're talking so much crap behind my back as if I can't hear you. Like, come on. As if I don't know what's happening. Like, yeah, cool, you want to move on and chat to other niggas. That's fine. I've already moved on and talked to other beers, bro. Like, we're in a different country. It's not a thing of you have to somehow respect me. Just understand, okay, cool, I want to get my doonies cracked. Go to a different babes. Fairs. I want to crack up babes, go chill with a nigga, fairs. That's the only, we had to just keep it mature, but you weren't even doing that. And she was like, "Oh, I don't know, I just can't see you the same, I can't this, that, the third." That's fine. You don't even have to see me. You don't even have to see. Like, I don't care however you want to perceive me. That is not my problem. But for some reason, I would rather just understand that I want to be respected, innit? Fumbling over my words. It's a thing of, I want you to just understand I want to be respected. That's what I'm trying to say. So cool, she starts crying now, and she's upset, and she's saying, "Oh, I'm sorry, I didn't mean for this to happen." Of course you didn't mean for it to happen. I know you didn't mean for it to happen, but at the same time, there was no reason for you to behave like this. Like, you could have really just told me straight up how you felt, how you wanted to behave. And she's like, no, but at the same time, this, that, the third, da-da. She's getting all types of upset. And then she's saying, nobody understands me. Motherfucker, I am the only person that can genuinely say I understand you. My notes page was filled with everything about you, from every little individual detail, microscopic, that you thought nobody ever noticed. The way you crack your knuckles on your chin, the way you behave around certain people, the way you act around certain people. I'm the one that perceived that, because I had everything down from your star sign all the way to your birthday, all the way to your zodiac sign, bro. I had every single thing about you just so I could understand you better as a person. And you're one saying, nobody understands me. Rush, fam. So she's there crying and she's like, I feel all these type of ways. I feel this, that, the third, da, 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 da. I'm like, broski, what? What are you saying? Like, you're acting as if me trying to understand you and me trying to give you, like, what? Any type of respect is something so egregious. But obviously, now she's crying. My thing is, if I've ever cared about you, I can't really let go of that care and just behave as if nothing's happened. I can't really just let that happen. So I decided, you know what, let me calm down. She's crying now, so I sit on her side of the bed and I'm like, yo, it's cool, you're good. You don't have to cry, don't be upset. I know the situation is upsetting, I know everything that's happening, but at the same time, it's a thing that I wish we could go back to the way we were, but we won't ever, so there's not really much I can do, innit? And she says, I really do wish I could go back to the way we were and I could see you in a different way, so I could at least not feel like this was happening, this, that, the third. And I was like, you know what, it is what it is. And then I told her, if you ever need me for anything, because obviously you're going through something that you don't want to talk to people about, but if you ever need somebody to talk to you that won't judge you for whatever, chat to me. I'll still have your number saved. We broke up in May. I still had her number saved till December. I still had her number saved till December, and then I finally deleted her number properly, and I was like, cool, you know what, let me move on now. And then, what's it called? After we had that conversation, woke up Thursday morning, everything was fine. Everything was blissful, bro. We were joking, having fun. We were all actually having fun. She was joking with me. We were playing card games. Everybody was calm. It wasn't awkward. We were doing drinking games when it was time for us to go to the club. Bro, it was actually very good. But then, when we were doing the drinking games for us to go to the club, that's when I realized, okay, cool, Alana's still a single girl. She's still going to move like a single girl, so I might as well still move like a single guy, innit? But, kind of respectfully. So, cool. We're at whose room are we in? I don't even remember whose room we're in, but I remember I'm now like 20 minutes after we finished the drinking game. We're all about to leave. Alana, Phoebe, and Ella, they've already left like 10 minutes before us. They're waiting for us downstairs. But me, Maya, and Luna were upstairs in Maya and Luna's room. I don't know why I'm there. I can't even actually remember. I'm not gonna lie to you. But I remember I get a call from Chantal. Chantal was saying to me, do you want to come see me at a club tonight? Like, I'm not seeing her at a club tonight. I'm thinking, 100% ski. 100%, babes. Are you crazy? Of course you're seeing me. Miss Fine, she wants to see me? 100. So Maya and Luna were my witnesses, and they saw that, yeah, cool, I got that phone call. I said to this girl, yeah, cool, I'm going to see you at the club. I said to this girl, I'm going to be there. And I said to them, yo, you man saw it. I'm going to come with you guys to the club. Whenever I see this girl, I'm going to dip out. You man have your fun. I'll do my thing. Yeah. Cool. That was how it was supposed to work. We get to the club now, and we're literally outside the front door of the club. But I'm saying, this is the distance between me and the front door. The bouncer is right there. But I turn around and I'm seeing, okay, cool, I'm seeing, what's it called, Chantal. And I see Chantal and she's calling me, she's looking for me. I'm like, cool, let me pick up, let me go find her, let me pick up, innit? So I tell everybody, yo, just go into the club, I need to go grab something. I need to go chat to someone. They're like, okay, cool. For some reason, they don't go into the club. For some reason, they don't. They all wait for me. And that's the thing I still don't get to this day. They all waited for me. So I walk over to Chantal, I'm talking. All of a sudden, I hear her, yo, are you coming with us or not? Luna, what the fuck are you doing, bro? Why are you messing up my parlay? Why are you messing up my parlay? I built this parlay brick by brick, bro, and you're messing it up. Cool, I turn around now, all of them are stank eyeing Chantal, fam. All of them are stank eyeing this girl. And I'm thinking to myself, what has this girl done to you, man? Stank eye me. I'm the issue, stink eye me. But no, for some reason, they're stink eyeing this girl. She did nothing wrong, but they're stink eyeing this girl. Cool. And then I walk back up to the group. Alana has the audacity to open her mouth and say, is that the girl you were fucking in our room? No, but do you want me to rise her? Do you want me to rise her? I'll rise her right now. Don't even get it twisted. I'll rise it right now. Like, you want to say, is that the girl you're... No, but you can see her. You can see her. I can take her back to the room again. Don't vex me, bro. Don't do that. Don't piss me off. So, cool. I'm thinking to myself now, what is wrong with all of you, man? Like, especially Maya and Luna. You man were actively trying to get me corned. But I'm trying to get Chantal to understand the situation, this, that, the third. And she's like, nah, just go chill with your friends, man. I'm just going to go home. They ruined my night. And it's not even a thing of I wanted my parlay to bang. Why are you just going to ruin another innocent civilian's night just because you don't like me and the way I'm interacting with people? How stupid. That doesn't seem healthy whatsoever. You're going to ruin an interaction with somebody else and ruin their night out just because you don't like the way I was moving. That is not fun. That's not a smart or healthy thing to do. But you know what? It is what it is. So cool. I'm now vexed because the club was dead. The club was so horrendously bad. So I go into the club now, it's just white girl music, and it's not white girl music that's funny like Katy Perry. It's just some next random artists that are playing that are singing their hearts out about some love or breakup. It was just so bad. It was so bad. So cool, me, Maya and Luna leave. Ella and Phoebe are there by the time we've left, and Alana's dancing off with some next guy, whining, backing her back on whoever. But cool, all I remember is, as me, Maya and Luna were leaving, we saw Ella and Phoebe were chilling with Alana. Cool, say no more. Me, Maya, and we disappeared. We went back to the hotel. We went our separate ways. We were doing our little talkie. I was helping them with their therapy sessions. Everything. And then I wake up in the morning. And my phone's blowing up. Is Alana in the room? Is Alana in the room? Is Alana in the room? No. Why would Alana be in the room? She's supposed to be staying the night at a nigga's crib. Like that's the vibe, innit? Because that's the vibe I got. Obviously, with the way she's breaking her back and dancing, she's not coming back to this room. Her last night in a different country, just to act like a treesh. Why would she come back to this room, bro? So cool, I've already thought she's not back in this room. Guy, I'm thinking, okay, cool, what's happened? Apparently, the last time she sent any type of message updating anybody was at 7 a.m. on a beach. And she said to the peoples, I can't lie, yeah, we're chilling, we're on the beach, yeah. She was having fun with this guy. I don't know who this guy was. I only saw a different guy when we were about to leave. But cool. So, she's saying, that's the last time anybody got any type of information out of her. I'm saying Ella and Phoebe, So cool. Maya and Luna don't know where she is. Ella and Phoebe are getting so upset. They're getting scared. They're like, this, that, the third. They don't know what's happening. I'm thinking, explain to me the entire situation again. So, the entire situation was the fact that after me, Maya and Luna left, Ella had left, and then Phoebe and Alana were the last two. And then for some reason, Phoebe decided to rise herself because she was getting bored, which I could respect. But for some reason, she decided to not take Alana with her as she left. She asked Alana, who is notorious for getting drunk to the point it's scared that she's going to black out, who's notorious for crazy man-them attention, and who's notorious for doing too much when she has freedom. That girl, they left her behind. And Phoebe asked Alana, the clear girl that was going to lie and say, yeah, she's good. Phoebe left Alana behind because Alana said, yeah, she's good. And then because Alana said, yeah, she's good, Phoebe left. And Phoebe went back to her hotel. Phoebe went back to her hotel room. And the fact is, all of you man left your friend behind in the club while she was drunk. I don't care how good your friend seems to be. You don't leave a person behind. You come together, you leave together. You come together in a group, you leave together in like different groups, innit? At least you leave with someone to make sure you're always safe. Especially in a different country. That's the thing that vexed me, because you guys didn't think ahead whatsoever. Especially on the day, it's the day before we have to cut. The day before we have to cut, and now you cause an issue. If this happened Wednesday night, cool fairs. If this happened Tuesday night, yeah, cool fairs. This is happening Thursday night, Friday morning, we have to cut out. But now you're causing an issue. Now you're causing big issues. Nice one. So cool. I'm thinking, this is now pissing me off because I had my night ruined by this girl. And now my morning's ruined by this girl because you fucked up my parlay. And now I have to stress myself worrying about where the fuck you are. So cool. Ella's getting so upset. She's about to start calling Alana's parents and the police and this, that, the third. And I'm chilling upstairs in the room trying to figure out what's happening whilst they're all doing up headless goose chase, trying to figure out what's going on. Next thing you know, as I'm up in the room, I'm bent into my friends on FaceTime. I stood in the corner where the Wi-Fi shitty, where the hotel shitty connection actually connected, bro. I'm staying there. Next thing I know, Alana's key just opens the door. She comes in all quiet. I'm asking her, where the fuck were you? Like, this ain't even a joke thing no more. Where the fuck were you, bro? And she's not telling me. I'm like, bro, I don't care if you're not gonna update me. At least update your friends. Oh, my phone was dead. You didn't think to charge your phone. You didn't think to go back to wherever you stayed at and charge your phone. You didn't think about that whatsoever. Oh no, I was just getting caught up. You were getting caught up in the moment because you're getting your back blown out. That's fine. But at the same time, you don't think aftercare. You don't think after the situation. You just write a little text like, yeah, cool, I'm here. Or before you even get into that situation, you write a little text saying, yeah, cool, I'm here, I'm not moving. That is where you're going to be staying and putting your head to rest for the night. So I'm getting onto this girlfriend. And as I'm getting onto this girl, bro, when I tell you, this girl started crying. And once again, she hit my soft spot. I couldn't stay, man. So I had to walk over to her and I had to calm it down, bro. So I'm just saying this because I'm saying this, she starts getting more upset. Like, oh my days, they're going to be so upset at me. They're going to be, yes, the fuck they are, because you did something so unfathomably stupid. You didn't. It's not even the thing of, okay, cool, you went to this guy's yard. That's dumb in itself, because you don't know this guy's intentions. You don't know what's happening. It's the fact that you went there on your ones by yourself without notifying anybody of any type of situation past 7 in the morning. Past 7 in the morning when you were outside. Nobody knows when you get back inside. Nobody knows what was happening when you got back inside. But past 7 in the morning, you'll come back inside, fell asleep in this guy's bed on the first floor in our hotel, and you didn't think to say nothing to nobody. You didn't think to say nothing to nobody until you woke up and just decided to creep back into the room. And she was crying. I gave her a hug and I was like, cool, you know what? It's just because you care, innit? It's literally just because we care. We care about you. We want to make sure you're safe, because you can't have the last day that we're here start with some fuck shit. And it's like, you could have done this any other day. You just ride yourself, whatever. Okay, cool. But we have something important to do. We have to always start packing and checking out. That's why it was annoying. So cool. I'm telling her this. She's like, okay, fine. She starts packing up, whatever. We get downstairs now. We put all our stuff away, and then I tell her, yo, go apologize to your friends. On all sense of cheating, I don't care how you perceive me or whatever. You don't need to give me an apology. Go apologize to your friends at least. The ones that were stressing and crying, and they started getting onto her as well. And I was thinking like, okay, cool. Everybody's chilling now. Everybody's had their own fun. Everybody's had their situations. Like, yeah, cool, whatever. So yeah, I then decide, because it's the final night, because it's the final day, and I'm never seeing these girls again after this entire trip, I might as well start telling the truth about what people were saying. So I started telling the truth about how Maya thought Ella was hairy, how Maya thought Phoebe was a homewrecker because Phoebe used to talk to a guy that Maya used to chat to, even though Maya was the one that did it. Maya and Luna were having their own domestic situations. It got to the point that Maya felt like she didn't want to even come back on the coach with us, but we eventually convinced her. We eventually all went back on the coach. Then next thing I know, I'm telling how what's it called? Ella told me how Alana kind of is an attention seeker. I was taking all types of information, and I was spreading all types of disorder and disarray in this place, bro. So because I was doing that now, everybody's seats swapped on the plane, because nobody wanted to sit next to nobody no more. Like, nobody wanted to sit next to nobody. I'm telling you, I was supposed to be, I don't even remember where I was supposed to be seated. All I know is I ended up at the back in some random aisle seat, fam. And when I was at the back, Alana was up at the front. Now, remember, me and Alana shared a suitcase, so cool. As we were flying back, this entire plane trip, dead silent, no contact with nobody. I just had my headphones in and I went to sleep. Woke up, we landed. We're disembarking the plane. And as we're disembarking the plane, me and Maya, we're talking and we're laughing. We're like, we should not have come on this trip. This was a complete waste of time. This was a complete and utter waste of time. So we're talking, we get to the airport now, and I see Alana. She's opening my suitcase, she's taking her stuff out, she's packing up everything back in the suitcase, and she gives me a smile saying like, okay, cool, bye. Don't wave bye at me after everything that's happened, bro. Don't do that. I just pick up my suitcase, I say, yeah, a bit like, cut, fam. Don't do that, fam. It was, I think that of all things, that was the thing that annoyed me the most, because you went through this entire trip with barely saying a word to me. As soon as it's a thing of you can dip out now, that's when you're trying to be awkward. Rush, bro.